Welcome to this question and answer video from the questions on my Astral Projection video or guided meditation that I published earlier on this channel. You can find the link of that in the description below. First of all, I have to state that nothing I am going to say here is true. Rather, look at it like you look in the mirror every day, and every day you see something else, even though the mirror and yourself is the same. Likewise, the words I'm speaking function as a mirror, and you can perceive yourself in them. You can perceive different aspects of who you are in the words, and through that learn more clearly who you are and what you are in the world, and how the world and the interaction between you and the world function. First of all, I'd like to say that I really enjoyed reading the comments. So some of the comments, there were some feedback. People stated that the voice was too loud and it came in too abruptly, and also that it went on for too long. So I updated the Astral Projection video where the voice is only present for 15 minutes and it slowly fades out, and also there's a short pre-reverb before the voice comes in, so you're not gonna have a shock, and it will be easier for you to slowly fall down into more relaxed states of consciousness and slowly drift into the astral projection realm. So let's start out with some questions. Yash Parulka asked, how many times should I listen to this video and when can I listen to part 2? So I created a 4-part series, and the first video was about leaving your body into the astral projection realm, and the other videos were about some experimentations you can do within the astral projection realm. So I would suggest that you at least have 3 legit astral projection experiences before moving on to the other videos, but you can do as you please, of course. There's no fixed way to do it. But if you already try to hold an intention for what you're going to experience, it will interfere with your ability to fall deeper into your into more relaxed state of consciousness. So first of all, I would just focus on that, and then if you manage to get out of your body multiple times, it will be easier for you then also to work with an intention within the astral projection realm. Question number 2, Lolo F. So Lolo F writes, thank you. I hope you make more astral projection videos, especially for learning how to control the projection. So at this point, beside this video, I don't have any video planned on astral projection. On my journey, astral projection kind of came to me in my meditation, or through my meditation practice, and I never really tried to pursue anything within the astral projection realm. It just happened, and when it happened, sometimes I got interested in it, tried to explore it, but most of the time I just still focused on my meditation, even though the astral projection experience was going on. That is just my approach. You can try to find something within the astral projection realm, or you can try to maybe create certain experiences, but for me it was always just some interesting extra time in sleep states, and what I found was that my transformation of the subtle body was going on in the astral projection realm. So there were a lot of energetic and emotional transformations happening, but I was never really consciously trying to manipulate them. I would actually say that if you try to consciously manipulate your projection, you the actual road of where this is taking you might be blocked a bit more. So that's just my point of view, to just take it as a kind of an extra entertainment thing that happens, and just observe it, learn from it, but don't be too interested in what is happening or try to manipulate what is happening too much. If you fall into these states, there's already so much happening and so much going on. Just observe what is going on there and learn from it. And then that might be enough. And at some point you might even get a greater understanding of what this is than I have currently. And you might make a video and tell me about how to control it from a different state of consciousness. But what I think is that in astral projection videos, we are in, if you look at the brain waves of the human mind in our waking state, we normally are in alpha and beta brainwave states. And if we go into deep meditation or sleep or astral projections, we dive down into theta waves. But the part of yourself that is active in the alpha and beta brainwave states is not active in the theta brainwave states. So if you come up with an idea of manipulating your astral projection realm in your waking state from this state, and then you move down into your theta brainwave state, it might not be possible to communicate with these, or to might not be possible to get this intention properly into this brainwave state. Or maybe yourself, the version of yourself which you would be if you would always be in the theta waves brainwave state, would have a different idea about what is necessary at the moment compared to your beta and alpha brainwave state. So I hope that makes some sense, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Oh yeah, controlling the astral projection. I first would spend a serious amount of time on observing what is going on and learning what it means to be in a theta brainwave state, and how everything is moving in this state. It's a different way of being, and to how you control something in this brainwave state might be totally different from what we normally how we normally control our body, physical body, or our tonality, our voice. And as with meditation, I would rather take on an approach of allowing and letting everything happen, observing and learning, and then you might notice things about what is going on, and you might notice how you are already controlling the astral projection realm. So you are already controlling it, but the part of you who needs to control it is actually not the true you. It is a conditioned pattern that you took on from living in this world that you're currently living in. But the you that is active in the theta state maybe is more true, or more closer to who you really are. So rather study how this works than trying to directly control it. Question from SW. Hey, can two astral projectors meet each other or talk when we're out of our bodies and talk and stuff? Like together? I don't get how no one has asked this before. Also, can you go visit a friend or someone else really far away? So, can two people meet if they both have an astral projection experience? I have no experience with that myself, but in the book My Big Toe by I forgot the name. I'll just put it here somewhere. He has a lot of astral projection experience, and he talks about a situation where he goes into astral projection with a friend in the same building but in different rooms. And after they came back, they talk about how they both had similar experiences, not completely the same, but similar nonetheless. And they found a lot of coincidences or similarities between the two experiences. So from this, he concluded that it's possible to connect in the astral projection realm. It also, of course, makes sense that it's possible because ultimately everything is placed within the same structure of reality, the same mind of whatever that is that we are experiencing here. So why shouldn't it be possible? For me, everything is possible. If that's something your heart really wants to explore, maybe it will happen to you. For me, apparently, it wasn't so important. So can you meet someone really far away? Of course, there's no time and room and space in this, I would say. Space here in Africa or whatever is just a part of our current state of reality. I met a lot of people in the astral projection realm, and they seem not always to be from this earth. But I never tried to meet anyone or try to really make a thing out of it. When it was happening, I was kind of exploring and trying to communicate. But other than that, I never tried to meet anyone. So if you do, actually, let me know if that works. I just thought it was a nice idea to put this out as an experiment, and should be possible. Top Sick writes, I astral project out of my body, was vibrating like crazy. Intense vibrations. I came out of body and then all of a sudden I'm in my living room. I got so scared I heard a wolf growl in my chest area and got scared, so I went straight back into my body. It happened twice so far. I'm going to try tonight an astral projection. I'm a shapeshift in the astral realm. Smiley, smiley. Yeah, that's a nice experience, and I just wanted to read this comment because of the getting scared about something that happens in the astral projection realm. So there will be a lot of things happening that might scare you in some sense, or might be very foreign or alien or weird. And as long as you have the attention out there too much, you will get scared. And when you get scared, what it actually does, it brings you out of the theta state. It brings you out of this relaxed state of awareness. And then you cannot maintain the astral projection. So here, again, I would say, focus on your meditation, focus on inward. And then whatever happens there will not scare you as much as it does when your attention is too much out there. And the more you are focused inward, the easier it will become for you to sustain this experience. So keep your focus inward, and you will still perceive, you will still experience, you will still see what is going on there. But it will not be as impactful as it is when you're focused outward. The same holds true for this state, for this reality. The more you rest in your own being, in your own awareness, the less everything out there will bother you, and the more peaceful it actually becomes, even though there might be a lot of chaos going on out there. Here's a comment. I don't want to read it completely, but it's basically stating a lot of theories about how astral projection is very dangerous, and it creates a lot of fear in you if you would buy into this reality. So you can decide to buy into this reality and to give it your power, to allow the fear of this reality to be part of your body, mind system. Or you can choose a reality which is more relaxing and peaceful. It's up to you. Cotton Eye writes, one thing when you astral project leaving your body makes it to where you're in a different realm, but still in the same place. It's the realm where demons thrive, and you will see them. Think of it as a thin sheet between where you are now and that other place in the same location. That's actually interesting. One point is you will never leave yourself. So there's this common misconception that the soul is in your body, but actually your body is in your soul. Your soul is much bigger, infinite, connected with everything. And you might, in astral projection, you might leave your body behind, even though a part of you might still be conscious of it, but you never leave yourself. And when you leave your physical body, there's still your more subtle body or emotional body, or whatever you want to call it, whatever you perceive inside of you when you close your eyes. This is still going on. And these demons that people describe, they might fuck around with your inside, with the things that are going on inside of you, and that might feel really weird when suddenly something is touching you inside of your stomach, or at places where you actually never thought someone could touch you, because it's kind of inside of you. But the more you meditate and progress on your spiritual path, the more you realize that nothing can ever touch you. And when these demons, or whatever you want to call it, they kind of try to grab you or attack you, whatever it is, as long as you resist, you give power to them, you make them real, and the more you learn to relax and fall back into, keep your focus inside, keep your focus on yourself, the more these parts of you that can be attacked by these kind of entities will dissolve, evaporate. And the more you do that, the less these beings have access to you. So in a sense, they're always a blessing. If these experiences happen to you, it's always a blessing, even though it might be a little weird or strange in the beginning. And yeah, you're never going to move away from yourself. You might go in whatever realm, whatever. If I'm here, or if I'm in India or Africa, I'm still in myself. I'm still here. Never moving. The truest part of you is never moving. It's never changing. Nothing can touch it. So whatever can be touched is not ultimately. That doesn't mean that you should not care for this, and you should also care for what is going on inside of you. And also with these demons and beings, you might not want to have them around. I get that. But from my experience, it was like that the more I allowed everything to happen, the more it helped me to transform my subtle body, emotional body in these states. Because it was already happening. I just, with my conscious mind, or with the part of myself that tried to manipulate it, I was actually slowing down the process of transformation. So the more I just let go and let it happen, the more it happened automatically. And the faster it could also happen. Spirit Force writes, you guys haven't any of you seen the Insidious series? No, I haven't seen the Insidious series yet. I might check it out. Should I check it out? I probably will. So apparently there's something going on about astral projection in this series, and it's probably something scary, because apparently we like to be a little scared. Well, I tried it, and I have to say, I think I'll wait a while before doing it again, because someone came and grabbed me by my legs. And about the time you said something about heaven or hell, and was trying to snatch my spirit out of my body instead of me doing it on my own. I called my guardian and was released. I sat up and turned the light on my phone and scanned the room. Didn't see anything. Do you have any advice on how to do this without them messing with me, or should I just wait for my guardians to make the decisions to take me? So you're not going to do it on your own in the way you think you will do it. It will just happen, but ultimately you're still doing it, but not in the way you're doing things now. I had a lot of these sleep paralysis experiences, and I talked about it in another video. So in the end, I tried everything to kind of fight these things off, but apparently it's not really necessary to do it. They try to scare you, and the fear that it creates in you is the fuel that they have, that they get. So if you enter these realms and you get scared, then that's what they feed off. Or that's the fear that is keeping itself alive, if you want to put it that way. But if you allow everything to happen, then the fear is triggered. It can be, because when you're in the astral realm and when you are in a theta state, your body is very relaxed. And in these relaxed states, it's much easier to release something from your inner body. And so if something triggers you and you don't react to it, it can be released, and then afterwards it's not in your system anymore and you're free of it. The same was true if you go to a spiritual teacher or place where there's a very high vibration. In these places, it's much easier to release things because there's less stress on your system and it's more open, and so everything can just flow out. So that's why, that's my theory about why the astral realm is a very good tool for healing and transformation, because in these relaxed states it's much more easier to let things go. So don't wait for your guardians. They will come to you anyway. Allow things to happen as they happen. That's actually the only thing I'm saying. I get closer every time I try, but no matter what state I get my body into, I always feel like I can't give up control of my face muscles or make my mouth be still. I can't stop moving my tongue and slightly or using my jaw muscles to swallow, and so on. How do I move past this? The more you move into meditation on a constant basis, on a daily basis, the more you surrender your life to meditation, the more these things will fall away. A lot of the conditioned patterns that we have in our system, they don't show necessarily through action in a way of doing something like addiction. I think they can also show in movements we do on our bodies or with our face or the way we speak or something like that. So the more of your conditioned patterns fall away, the more easier it becomes for you to just be still. And then it will also be easier for you to be still when you want to project into the astral. So just focus on relaxation. Sorry, but in the years I've been doing meditation, this was one of the most annoying. It felt like every 10 minutes when I was starting to vibrate just before leaving my body, I could hear your voice saying the same thing over and over. Maybe I was imagining it, but it was so frustrating. I ended up switching it off. I will try again, though, as I can see so many great comments on other experiences. So yeah, if you find my voice annoying or what I say, I published a video with only the music, and on that, so I never use a guided meditation at this point. I sometimes use music, but at this point I actually don't do it anymore. But yeah, try it without the voice. If you're done with guided meditations, just let it go. For this point, sometimes you might want to come back to it. It will naturally you'll naturally feel a pull to it. So don't feel forced to do it my way or whatever. And maybe just use the music without the voice. 49 minutes in, and now I know what they mean about tripping. I snapped myself out of at this point only to feel groggy. Shut it off and went to sleep. I will try again during the day and not at night. I'm sure I was just frightened of the experience. Also, this practically slows down our breathing and heart rate. Is it safe? So when you get into deep states of meditation, you can really literally become so still that your heart rate and your breathing will just be very, very faint. And this is a natural thing. It's actually really healthy. So I've never heard about anyone dying from meditation. At least not at a point where you're still wondering about these things. So yeah, I would say it's safe to slow down your heart rate and your breathing. Wonder if there are subliminal messages embodied in this recording. No, there are no subliminal messages embodied in this recording, only my voice and the music. That's it. I don't have any intention for you other than what you have for yourself. Hey, EarMonk. Hey, Randmill. Question for you. Did you use any sound technology for this video? Because as soon as I plug it in my earbuds, my brain reacts and I feel a strong sensation in the middle of my forehead. Your meditation is great, thank you. Yes, I used binaural-beats and I use theta or the frequency of theta brainwaves in the binaural beat. So through that, it is easier to get yourself into a theta brainwave state. If the pressure in your head is too strong, I would recommend to put the volume low very much of the recording. Otherwise it might be too strenuous for your ears. So keep the volume low, as I also wrote in the description, or in the video it says keep the volume low. So that's it, I would say. That's about the questions that I felt worth answering in this video. I hope you like it and you didn't fall asleep at this point because I'm speaking so slowly. If you have any suggestions for videos or anything you want me to speak about, let me know. I might create a video for you. So just write something in the comments, and other than that, have a great day.